Hello everybody, hope you're all having a good day. And in this video, we're going to be ranking every single LEGO Superheroes Bigfig ever made. Now recently I've been clearing out my room and I opened a drawer and I found about 20 different Bigfigs staring at me, which was slightly terrifying but gave me the idea for this video. However, this has been by far and away the hardest ranking I've ever done on the channel. So to break down in total, I've counted 25 big figures, 20 of them belong to Marvel and only 5 belong to DC, with 11 being Hulks and 13 if you include the Red Hulk variations, which means a lot of angry green men in purple pants. So let's begin this list with number 25. Alright, first up on the list, to no surprise, we have a Hulk. Now this is Endgame Hulk from the Avengers compound from 2019, from the original Endgame wave. Now this Hulk is just incredibly generic to me. And weirdly, he has blue pants, which he never actually wears in the movie. He has the jumpsuit as well as the quantum suit, and I think he wears jeans when they go back in time. So it's inaccurate, it's just kind of, at this point we've seen this mold so many times. It's basically just a very boring and basic big fig. Alright, up next we have yet again another Hulk. And this is the one from Avengers Loki's Wrath, which was a 4+ set, which actually contained a lot of minifigures. So probably one of the best 4+ sets. However, once again, I just find this Hulk to be very generic. I do like the purple pants, but I just think the muted green color just doesn't suit a more comic book inspired Hulk. I like the face print. It's definitely not a bad big figure. There's just a lot of Hulks, so they're a lot less interesting to me. And up next, taking a break from Hulks, we're going to Thanos, who is the second most made big fig. And this is the Infinity War Thanos from Thanos Ultimate Battle. Now this was a really great set, and we got the best variation of Gamora in it. Not that this is a Gamora ranking video, but if it was, this would be number 1. However, I'm not a big fan of this big fig, because at this point in the movie he has taken off all his armor, whereas here he still has the helmet and the shoulder pads. Because unfortunately it reuses the comic book mold. But definitely does have some decent printing on it, and he did come with his sword. And also this was the first ever set to include the Infinity Gauntlet. So that's a really cool little accessory. And up next, we're going back to Hulk with yet again another Endgame Hulk. This time it is the Quantum Suit variant, which came in Avengers Hulk Helicopter Rescue, which has to be one of the most inaccurate sets of all time. We get a random helicopter for the Avengers, Black Widow, who's had a bad fall at this point. The rescue minifigure is great, and I actually do really like this Hulk big fig. It's a lot more accurate to the movie because he is in his quantum suit, which he has in the film. And honestly, he has really great printing on it, and it's a great addition if you collected the previous Quantum Avengers. I also really like his facial expression. Now this set is also the only set which includes the Nano Gauntlet, which I think puts it a little bit higher on the list because it's a really cool design, and I really love to own it one day. Unfortunately, I just didn't like this set, so I never bought it, but now I regret not getting it for the Hulk, the Nano Gauntlet, and for Rescue. So a nice big fig, very accurate to the movie, and the Nano Gauntlet is great. Next up, for the first and only time on the list, we have the Green Goblin, which also came in a set which I regret not getting at the time. He came in the Spider Helicopter Rescue, and at the time I thought it was a really stupid design, like why does Spider-Man need a helicopter? But looking back, we actually got an exclusive Luke Cage, comic book Mary Jane, and also this big fig. And taking a look at the Goblin big fig, I really love the mold for it. The head mold is perfect, and I love the angry expression. Now, I'm not a massive fan of the Ultimate Goblin design. I quite like it in the comics when it has more of a Hulk look with the ripped pants, but I do prefer a standard minifigure for the Goblin. And for the big fig itself, I think the outfit he's wearing, is accurate to the TV show. I'm just not a fan of it. And I think if he had a more comic accurate look, I'd probably like this big fig a lot more. But as it stands, it's a really great unique mold. And it's kind of like a cool novelty to have a big fig Green Goblin. And he did also come with a glider, which is a nice little addition. But overall, yeah, a solid mold. I just wish I went with a different design for it. And up next, we have another new character. We have Cool Obsidian, who is from Infinity War, one of the Black Order of Thanos' kids. And it was a brand new mold. I really love the head design with the face print, the torso print, as well as the arm with the shoulder pad is really great. He also came with movie accurate weapons with his 2 big hammers. So it's a really nice big fig. I just think the character itself was a little bit lackluster. It's just like a really cool new mold, and it's nice to get a new character in LEGO form. And he came in the Sanctum Sanctorum, which in my opinion was by far and away the best set from the Infinity War wave. And finally, we have our first DC character. We have Killer Croc. Now he came in the Batman Killer Croc Sewer Smash, which is a great name. And seeing this set has made me so nostalgic. I really miss when DC used to get sets like this. We got our first ever Red Hood, Captain Boomerang, and our only Katana, as well as a big fig Killer Croc and a really great Bat Tank build. Now the Killer Croc big fig is once again a brand new mold, and I love the face print. It's very Arkham inspired. It has great scale printing on the torso, and very basic pan printing. And on the back of the mold we can see some scales there coming off of him, which is a great little addition to the mold. So a really great big fig. I love the character of Killer Croc, so seeing him in big fig form is really cool. Alright, up next we have our second Thanos on the list, and this is the Endgame Thanos from Avengers Compound, which is the same set which the first Hulk came in. So now once again, this uses the exact same mold from the comic book Thanos, and this one has a lot better printing. He has arm printing as well as the helmet mold that actually makes sense on this big fig. However, I'm not sure what it is about these big figs. They just seem a little bit off when compared with movie Thanos. I think it's probably the big shoulder pads. It makes them look like a weird amalgamation of movie Thanos and comic Thanos. However, this variation does have much better printing, and it also came with the Infinity Gauntlet and a big inaccurate hammer. But still a cool little addition. So definitely a big improvement. But he still just looks slightly off, which is why he isn't higher on the list. And now once again we have another Thanos. This is the most up-to-date movie version, and he came in the Endgame Final Battle, which I feel like this is like our 20th Endgame Final Battle set. Now he uses the brand new mold with a separate head so we can actually turn it. think the face print and the torso print make him look a lot more accurate to the movie version. However, he loses the helmet as well as the arm printing. I think a new helmet mold for this Bigfig would make him the perfect movie Thanos, and hopefully one day LEGO will do that for him. Now in terms of accessories, he came with his big sword from Endgame. And up next, we have the exact same Thanos just with a slight head variation, and this once again came in another Avengers Endgame Final Battle set. And this is probably my favourite of the Endgame Final Battle sets as it comes with the main trio in their Endgame uniforms. So yeah, this Thanos is pretty much the exact same, just has a different facial expression which I slightly prefer. It's a little bit more evil and sinister looking. And I'm sure you're all sick of Thanos, so let's go back to the Hulk again. This time we have the newest version of the Hulk from the Avengers vs. the Leviathan set. So similarly, he uses the brand new mold with the turnable head, and he came with a brand new hairpiece. Now this is Hulk based on the original movie which we haven't seen since 2012, so getting an updated Avengers 1 Hulk is really great to see. I love the new mold, I love the angry expression, as well as the ripped pant design. So he's a really great big figure and it's super cool to see Hulk again from the first movie. And once again we have pretty much the exact same Hulk with a slightly different variation. This is the one from the Avengers Tower, and I just prefer this smirk a little bit more. It's based on the Hulk smash scene, which I think is a really cool reference. So like I said, really cool new mold. I love how he can turn his head and the new hairpiece. Up next, I'm sorry to do it to you all, but we have another Hulk. Now this is the original Age of Ultron Hulk from 2015. And this was the first time we saw the second Mark Ruffalo mold, which was a lot more accurate in terms of Mark Ruffalo's likeness in terms of the printing, the hair design, as well as the colouring. I do also love the bright purple pants for this big fig, as well as the printing on it with the Avengers logo. However, it is slightly inaccurate. But as this was the first time getting this mold, I have a lot of nostalgia for this big fig, and I think it's genuinely great. Unfortunately, you can't escape the Hulk just yet. This time we have the newest Age of Ultron Hulk from the Avengers diorama set. So this once again uses the brand new mold. He has the same face which was in the Leviathan set, but this time he comes with much more accurate short printing. So another really great updated big fig, and I'm glad they fixed some of the inaccuracies of the original one. I know you're all probably sick of seeing the Hulk, but the best I can do for you is give you a red variation. We have the new red Hulk from the Captain America 4 set. Now he once again uses the brand new mold, but this time obviously comes in red. And I like the black ripped pants on him, and I also like the angry expression. However, I wish his eyes were glowing like the original one, as well as they actually reused the Mark Ruffalo hairpiece, which is pretty inaccurate to the Harrison Ford one. I would love to seen a new hairpiece with some grey on it. I just think it's a shame to do a brand new Big Fig mold where you can actually swap different hairstyles out, and then not make a new hairstyle for this character. So I think if he had a brand new hairpiece and some different printing on his face, I might like him a little bit better. But still a really great Big Fig and really cool to see Red Hulk again. Alright, we are finally getting into the top 10. And if you are enjoying my ramblings about Hulk's different pants and all these different Big Figs, please leave this video a like and a comment and also subscribe. Bear with me everybody, we have another Hulk, and this time we have the original Hulk from the Hulk's Helicarrier. So this was our first ever superhero Big Fig, and to this day I think this is still the best Hulk mold we've ever gotten. It's a little bit less accurate. I know for previous Big Figs I've been like, oh, this Big Fig is inaccurate, so I don't like it as much. And now I'm like, this Big Fig's inaccurate, so I like it more. However, I just love this mold. It's perfect for the Hulk. The hairstyle, the brighter green color. So he has a really great face print, and it's also our first big superhero Big Fig, so it's a lot of nostalgia for me. So pretty much almost perfect. And when I say almost perfect, I mean the only change that I would make is for this new one, which has the purple pants. Now he came in the Avengers Hulk Lab Smash, and this was the first time ever getting a comic book version of the Hulk. So like I said, once again, this is my favorite Hulk mold. And I think this Big Fig is pretty much perfect. You can't really improve upon this design or this mold for the Hulk. And finally, we are back to DC. We have Gorilla Grodd. Now he came out 2015, so 10 years ago. And he came in Gorilla Grodd Goes Bananas, which I think is the best superhero name of all time. So this was a brand new mold for the character. And obviously Grodd is a massive ape. I love the head design, he has amazing face printing. I love the angry expression with the teeth and the glowing red eyes. And he has some great printing on his torso with the different fur and his toe printing. Now I prefer Grodd when he's in his armored look, but obviously I think if they added the armor printing and then armor designs to it, it would become ridiculously expensive. So a really fantastic character, and it's so great to get new characters in Big Fig form. As much as I love Hulk and Thanos, it is very tiring seeing them made every single year. But a really great design, a really cool character, and I love the mold. I know he was in Creature Commandos, so maybe in the future of the DCU we will see Grodd back again, and LEGO will give us an updated version of this character. But I'm not hopeful because he's not a Batman character, so. Alright, next up we have comic book Thanos. So this is the last Thanos on the list, and also the first one who came out in 2016. And this was the one which the first movie sets based his mold on. And I love his face print in this with the big smirk there. Shoulder pads work a lot better for this Big Fig as it's accurate to the comics. Very simple torso print. And he has some well not because it's not dual molding, but he has some leg printing with the gold boots. No Infinity Gauntlet, but that's easy to fix. So I think this is definitely the best version of Thanos. And up next we have the original Red Hulk. Now he came in Hulk vs. Red Hulk, which I recently reviewed on the channel. And he uses the second Mark Ruffalo mold. But I think it works well enough for the comic book version of this character. He's very similar to the new one, however, I just love this facial expression a lot more. I just love the orange glowing eyes a lot more because it works better with his fire and melting powers. So a really great Big Fig and definitely my favorite of the Red Hulks. And next up from the exact same set, we have the Hulk. Now this is the most unique variation of the Hulk, in my opinion, in terms of his classic design. He uses the original mold, which is my favorite, like I said. And even though I think the previous one is a little bit more better representation of the comics, I just love the light lime color for him. The bright purple pants as well as the green hair. He's really unique looking compared with the rest of them and stands out the most. So I just love this Big Fig. I love how different it is. And although I wouldn't say he's the definitive comic book Hulk, I think he's probably the coolest in my opinion. All right, up next we have Darkseid. Now he was a brand new mold at the time, and he came in the Darkseid Invasion set, which is one of my personal favorite DC sets of all time. He has a really great face print and a really cool torso print. He has some blue printing for his boots, and then some printing on the arms. Now he's not the most detailed or interesting of the big figs. I just love the character, and it's so cool to get him in Lego. But he's pretty much a perfect representation of what the character looks like. Now, kind of like Gorilla Grodd, I think unfortunately it's going to be a long time until we see him again. Hopefully the DCU is really popular and we'll eventually get some movie versions of these characters. Alright, now my third favorite big figure of all time, we have Bane. Now he came in Bane's Toxic Truck Attack, which is a really nice simple set, and we also got the Mutant Leader in it, which is another cool minifigure. Now the Bane big figure is a brand new mold. It's kind of like a combination of Tom Hardy and the comic book Bane with the fur coat jacket there. So a really fantastic mold. I especially love the head, it's pretty much perfect for Bane. He has some great leg printing with some cargo pants and boots, and on the back he actually has a Venom tank build, which connects to his arms, which is a really cool design. Also has a lot of fun and playability because you can have Batman cutting the pipes to depower Bane. So just overall a fantastic design, and I am hopeful that one day we may see a new Big Fig Bane, because they can just use the standard new Big Fig mold, they don't need any new molding to him. As well as on the back they actually have studs, so you could do a Venom tank build there. And he is also a Batman character, so hopefully one day we will see a Big Fig Bane return. Alright, in second place we have my personal favourite Hulk. We have Gladiator Hulk. And he came out in 2017 in the Ragnarok set 4 vs Hulk Arena Clash. So not the best set, but we did get this amazing Hulk in it. And he has a brand new mold. He has really great torso printing with the Sicarian tattoos there and the strap, as well as a really cool head mold with the Gladiator helmet molded in, which is a really cool design. It's kind of like a Roman helmet. And on the left arm he has some armor and a shoulder pad, which is a really cool little addition. And he also comes with 2 different weapons. He has the axe and the massive hammer. So really cool accessories, and it's just such a cool design. I loved it in the comics, I loved it in the film. And as we've gotten like 20 different variations of Hulks, and they pretty much the standard design, it's nice to get such a different variation. Alright, finally, in first place, we have the most unique Big Fig. He's kind of like a bigger Big Fig. We have Killer Croc from the LEGO Batman movie. He came in Killer Croc Tailgater, and this is just such a fantastic mold. He has really great legs and printing on them, as well as really great big crocodile feet. You can see he has a scale design on his shoulders. As well on the back, he has lots of different spikes sticking out of him, as well as a really cool tail. For the face, he actually uses the original crocodile design, which is such a cool little reference, and it looks great. You can also open his mouth, so you can have him eating different minifigs. And you can actually move his head up and down, which makes him the first superhero big fig to have head movement. And he also comes with these massive arms, which I believe were the Rancor arms originally. And you can open the fingers and have him grabbing different minifigs. And he also has the chains on the side, like in the Arkham games. So this is just a phenomenal mold. A really cool design. And I also love the playability of being able to open the mouth and actually grab minifigures with the hands. Definitely the most unique of the big figs, and also my personal favorite. Alright, and that is it in my ranking for every single LEGO Superheroes Big Fig. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for bearing with all the different variations of the Hulk. And I'm sure this list will be a little bit controversial, because it was really hard to make, and I'm sure I've probably put some of your favorite big figs lower down on the list. But let me know what are your favorite superhero big figs, and what do you think of this list? Did I cook or did I absolutely fail? And also let me know which characters would you love to see made into big fig form or be remade. Personally, for Marvel, I'd love to see a Juggernaut and a Rhino, and for DC, I'd love to see a remake of Bane, as well as a Doomsday. But as always, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you all have an amazing week. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.